Patterns in Illustrator can be a bit confusing, especially when you're trying to change the size of your pattern, move your pattern, and nothing is happening to the pattern, just the shape, almost like it's a clipping mask or frame. And the reason why the functionality works that way is under Object Transform Move, Transform Patterns is unchecked. So that means I am transforming my shape and the pattern is staying fixed. I'm basically just revealing the pattern with no changes. If we check transform patterns, and I do that by going to Object, Transform, Move, and if I turn on patterns. Okay, now let's see how this behaves differently. Now when I'm moving my shape, the pattern is moving with it. If I pull from the side, I am stretching my pattern, right? Just as I am stretching the shape, I am stretching the pattern because the pattern is transforming as well. I'm going to undo so it's unstretched. If I change the shape curve, it's not changing my pattern. But if I scale from the side, I am scaling the shape, the size of those diamonds as well. Okay, so the best key command, you are going to use tilde on your keyboard, and it will literally switch between transform and not transform being checked. So, how we do this, I hold down tilde on my keyboard, and now it's going to behave like it is moving. Hold down tilde. All right, so here is a really cool key command, and it only works, as far as I can tell, one direction, meaning you have to have transform patterns unchecked for this key command to work. All right, if I hold down tilde on my keyboard, right now, it's unchecked, which means when I move my shape, my pattern is fixed essentially in the background, and I am just changing the actual view of my pattern behind. So I can't actually move my pattern with my shape, right? Because my shape just keeps moving. So if I want to now move my pattern and my shape together, let's say to the left, if I hold down tilde, it lets me do that. I have to let go of tilde first and then draw. So that is one way that lets you kind of toggle between, although not perfectly, there seems to be a little bit of a jump, but you can see it could be kind of fun to be able to allow you to adjust. A lot of times, if you're holding down shift and you are trying to scale, you might really be trying to change your pattern size. And remember, to do that, you're going to come into your swatches and you're going to double click your pattern. And now you can actually change the shape. So in this case, it's my diamond. So I am going to shift click it smaller, right? So I have a smaller diamond. If I want move tile with art or size tile to art, I have these check boxes that I can do. So you can see my tile is actually smaller now too. I can say done, and it updates live right here. So you scale the size of what's in your pattern through the swatches. You scale the size of the shape that your pattern is applied to using your arrow tool. And you can change transform patterns to be attached to your transform or not. And you can toggle between that with your tilde. So I can move it around this way. So how could this be helpful? Let's say I make a rectangle. I fill it with my pattern. And I want my pattern to actually start over here to the left. You don't want to come into your pattern and start trying to change it here. Okay, what you actually want to do is just change how it's aligned per this rectangle. So how I do that is object, make sure I have my object selected, object transform move, and we're going to uncheck transform patterns. And what that's going to allow me to do is move my rectangle around. So now I can move it and I can say, okay, I actually want it like that. And now I can do object transform move, put it back, okay. And it's now perfectly aligned the way I want. And I can rotate it. All right, so I hope this helps. When you're trying to perfectly align something, it is unchecking and or checking this transform patterns. I think you'll love this video next. Take a look.